All right, I'm going to show you a book test, a great mentalism trick. This is one you can make. I'm almost 64 years old at the time of this recording, and I made this in my 20s, I believe. So I've had this for 40 some years, and it still works great. And I'll show you what it looks like. You take two paperbacks, romance novels, whatever you want to use actually, and you tell your spectator, we're going to use these two books to do some mentalism today. Just point to a book. Okay, you pointed to that one, so that'll be yours. You hang on to that one. I'll hang on to this one. Here's what you're going to do. I'm going to riffle through this book, and you're going to stop somewhere. When we stop, on whatever page you want, you're going to remember two things. I want you to memorize that page number, and I want you to memorize the very first word on that page. Okay, so I'm going to go like this. You're going to say stop. They say stop right there. I'll look away. You're going to look at this page number. You're going to look at whatever first word is on that page, and they'll do that. See, okay, if you got it. Once they've got it, close it up, put it down. Now, you've got a word and you've got a number. What I'd like you to do is take that book, and I want you to look up that page, that same page number that you stopped me on here, and look at that first word. So they'll take this book and they'll go to whatever page that was, and they'll turn to it and they'll look at the first word on that page. You won't need to touch the book at all. And now you've found a page here and you found the same page there, so you should have two words, and I am going to be able to read your mind. I want you to think of those two words so that I can pick them up. They're not really big words, but they are, it looks like, I feel like your words are pronouns. They aren't objects or adjectives. They're just very common, simple words, like I'm picking up the word he and the word they. Is that what you're thinking of? And of course, it will be. Now, this would be way more amazing if I was actually doing it for somebody, but this is a tutorial, so I'm going to show you how to make one of these. And you can make one like I did, and it'll last you 40 years so far. Now, the setup on this, horrendous. No, it's not that bad, but it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. This book is not gimmicked, okay? You can get use any kind of paperback you want, and this book is the one that you're going to gimmick, and I'm going to show you how you do it. So the way it works is like this. When I am riffling through this deck, or through this book like this, and they say stop, I'm doing what's called a peek, and I'm peeking at something in this book that's right there. I'm going to show it to you in the camera, and I'll probably have to do a close-up of this later so you can really see it. On this side of the book right here, I have a little pencil marking, and I did it in pencil because it's lighter. I can see it better than you can see on camera, and also if I use ink, ink would bleed through to the next page, and I didn't want that to happen. So what did I put there on that page? I put two words. First of all, in this case, I put the word yes, and then the word he, and it's right there on page, that's written on page 139. They're going to remember page 138. And so what I've done is on page 138 is the word yes. Okay? So if they stop me there, they're going to be stopping me on page 138 right there, and they're going to remember the word yes. Well, I also looked at page 138 in this book, and it's the word he, and I also wrote that on my little peak right there. Okay, so I have a yes and a he because I did all the homework. I saw what words were where. This page 138 has a yes, 138 has a he. That's simple. Well, it's not that simple. I did it for every single page in the book. Let me show you what I mean. Stop me right here. I open it up like this, and I show them this. I want you to remember that page number and whatever that word is. And notice I'm covering up the other side with my finger as I'm showing it to them. It's because I already peeked at it when I did this. I looked at it and I saw the word damn, D-A-M-N, and the word I, okay? So I have a lot of fun with that. So I'm going to say I want you to remember that word, whatever it is. You can see, and I think you might even be able to see that on camera. The first word is damn. And they're also remembering, what is that, page 106? They're going to look at page 106 in here, where they'll find the word I. Okay, that's pretty simple. It's got a lot of work to do to get it right. Let me show you a couple things I did, though. I did do it in, like I said, I did it in pencil. If you can see that. There you go. I also can actually peek at that page number knowing, since I'm seeing 95 and know they're on page 94, so you might want to do something with that. I usually don't. I just think about the words. I don't want to give anything away. I don't want them to think that I peeked. So I stay away from knowing that. But it's nothing to just go like this. Stop. Okay, as soon as they stop you, you can, within a matter of maybe 2 seconds, I can look at it. I'm looking right now at the words same and little, and I'm opening the book and saying, okay, take a look. That's how fast that works. So once this is made, it's great. All I'm remembering is same and little. They're remembering same and a page number. They're going to find that page number there, and they'll find the word little. So as you can see, it's a lot of work. Had to go through each page, had to go through this book, and I had to have a really sharp pencil and write down 2 words and do the next one like this. So anyway, that's what you can do. Now, here's a variation on it. I did it with the first word on every page because that's simple, that's easy. But one of the disadvantages, I ended up getting like really almost 2 simple words. There's a lot of like I and he and she and because, or here's one that it's by and she. Okay, those are okay, but they're not very picturesque words. You might want to change your version and say, I want you to look at the first 5-letter word on that page. Okay, if you do that, then you'd set it up that way. You'd go down and find the first 5-letter word. In this case, it's the word slide. And then do the same thing in this book on page 78. Here's page 78. It would be the word, well, it would be the first word would be drained. So, okay, so we'd have the first 5-letter word, or 5 letters or more, we could say, and the first word that's 5 letters or more, in this case, it's drain. So slide and drain. Those are better words to kind of do mentalism with because they're picturesque and that kind of a thing. So you could do it that way. Simple way is just the first word, but I kind of like the idea of saying find the first word that's at least 5 letters on that page. And that way it even seems a little bit more random. Okay, so there's not much more to it than that. This is not a big, heavy tutorial. Just find 2 books about the same number of pages, but very different books. I even got these because the covers are very different. And get a sharp pencil, and I hope you have some time on your hands because it'll probably take you, 45 minutes, an hour maybe to set this up for a book test that could last you 4 decades. Very fun to do. It's really, really amazing to perform this too. So go ahead and make yourself a really cool book test. I almost forgot one minor detail. At the beginning of the video, when I demonstrated this, I said to the spectator, point to a book. And then they pointed to this one, and I handed that to them. I forgot to tell you, that is a magician's choice, meaning I force them to hold this book. We can't be having our spectator wandering through the gimmicked book, after all, right? So that's a very simple magician's choice out. The way it works is you say to them, you don't say, which book do you want? You say, point to a book. If they point to this and say, okay, you're going to hold on to that one. Or say point to a book, and if they point to this and say, okay, then we're going to start with this one. And I'm going to have you select a page. So it's just a way of forcing them to end up looking into this book and holding this book. We don't want them holding this one. That's all. So in case you didn't pick that up, I forgot to put that in the video. There you go. Be sure to use magician's choice so that they end up holding this one and you end up holding that one. Enjoy.